It's night. You're still a full day's travel from the town. You need rest. You see a quaint little inn. It's the first building you've seen, and maybe the last you'll see. With the wolves beginning to howl, you start to feel that this inn is your best bet. Before settling in for the night, you head for the tavern for some food and drink. The innkeeper welcomes you, serves you. Now, where might you be headed? He asks. Surely not down the road. Not at this time of year. You shrug. But he continues. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a nice enough little town. But what business could be worth visiting now? You do realize tomorrow is... You look into his eyes, and there is fear there. Hallows Eve, he continues. And a full moon. But I'm sure you have heard the stories. You do not say anything. You are tired. He continues. No? Well, let me share them with you. It seems only right that you should know. There lives a shadowy cult, loyal followers of the old ruler who once lived in the castle on the edge of town. It seems that the local lord met his end when a mob of townsfolk stormed his castle, believing him to have become some sort of creature, unfit to rule over the living. They say all those who were loyal to him before have remained loyal ever since, and would do whatever it takes to bring him back and restore his power. You yawn. You are tired. Yawn! Well, that's not scary enough for you. Wait until you hear this. They say the town is cursed, right down to the very soil in which they bury their dead. They say the dead don't stay dead. Some mornings, a freshly buried grave will be nothing more than a hole in the ground, with an empty coffin, smashed to bits. They say on some nights you can hear lifeless groans, echoing through the streets. But where it comes from? They cannot say, for no one yet has had the courage to follow the noise. What? Your food arrives, you take a sip and begin to eat. Still not scared, eh? Well, that's because you haven't heard the worst of it. There's something far worse. When the moon is full, the black mist creeps forth from the dark forests that surround the town. That's when he comes. An evil spirit gallops out of the black mist, a dark rider who wanders the town at night in search of his missing head. And when he can't find his own, well, let's just say, one way or another, the horseman needs a head. Here's a little advice for you, my friend. Buy yourself a pumpkin. If you run into trouble, you just carve the scariest face you can into it, then light a candle and stick it inside. The locals believe that this can ward off the evil spirits. And who knows? Perhaps the horseman might take it instead of your head. Oh well, judging by that tired expression on your face, I'd say you don't buy into any of this superstition. Maybe you're right. Maybe these are just ghost stories. You're far too clever for any of that, aren't you? Now rest up, adventurer. You've still got a long way to go tomorrow before you reach the town of Sleepy Hollow. You don't want to be dead tired before your adventure begins.